It's been quite a long time since we've talked about X-Men Dark Phoenix, because there's no need to ever remember that film again. But now, one of the stars of the films, Jessica Chastain, opens up a little bit about it, and, well, yeah, let's get to her systematically dismantling that film. Okay, before we get into this, yes, I will address it. I know, X-Men Dark Phoenix does have its fair share of fans. I know they exist. I see like 3 of you in the comments pointing to, go look at this person's video. It's so great. He explains why this isn't a tour film. Cool, but if they didn't outright show just hatred to everything Marvel and DC because it's corporate and like the things that aren't good just because they're not one of those two, then maybe I could believe their argument. But that's not going to happen because this film is goddamn awful. And one of the stars, the villain of the film, Jessica Chastain, agrees with this. She recently got to talk to People magazine, and she talked about Dark Phoenix. And without going into everything, because there's quite a lot in this interview, she talks about the approach to the film, the troubled reshoots, overcoming all of that, more major reshoots, major scheduling delays that happen with it, the purchase of Fox and the sale of Fox to Disney, the entire film slate being delayed, also many cut scenes, changes they had to make behind the scenes to the villains and her character, and specifically her character, for example, that she didn't even know who the character was, what the character looked like, even if they were in fact still aliens, and she didn't even know the character's name by the time the film came out and only learned the name once she saw the film. Now, of course, there's been plenty said on why these changes were made. We could see right from the start that Dark Phoenix was going to be something that just didn't work on like the face value level because, again, they were rushing to redo the Dark Phoenix saga, and at one point they were hinting towards 2 films, then it got crunched down into half of one, really, with the whole Dark Phoenix thing. They retconned their own Dark Phoenix setup from the previous film. They had multiple scripts that were tossed out there and tried to merge them. At one point, apparently, they wanted to use the Skrulls, but then they wanted to not piss off Disney, so they shifted back on this. She was supposed to look completely different from what we understand, but then it just all went straight to the trash, and that's where it stayed. And that's where the film will ultimately, I think, remain for many people, because it wasn't a fitting end to the X-Men. And before you bring up New Mutants, they tried to literally divorce that film from the X-Men, so we're not even going to bring that. Like, the core X-Men saga ended with this film, and that's unfortunate because, well, could you really have, ended on a worse note than Professor X remembering that he's paraplegic, then having to force himself to sit back down? Probably not. Yeah, you probably could have at least zoomed in on one of the other characters, but they didn't. Like, every step of the process in this film just felt bad. And I like that she's just kind of coming out here talking about it, going like, look, it was troubled from the beginning. What do you want? Look at the results of the film. And if you guys think I hate this film this much, just check our audio commentary that we released, I don't know, like a year ago. It's just about this for 2 hours. So you can enjoy that.